Hello there. My name is Boris, and I'm going to be talking about my journey to real recovery versus staying abstinent from a substance, and why I really feel like there are massive differences in your life or my life um, after really choosing to discover the idea of recovery. And I'm going to try and just kind of break it down into two simple pieces. As people out there who are, like for me, are chronically addicted to substances, whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is for me, um, whatever substance it was, I was dependent on it, right? That is a actual, disease of the mental, spiritual, physical, whatever. Having that dependency on something in order to alleviate whatever it is I'm going through, right? And you know, um, unless prescribed by a doctor, I'm abstinent from all other, medications that are mind altering. Reason why is because it has caused me to be so incredibly dependent that when I start, I can't stop. That is the basis of my issue. That is just the symptom. Is that when I start, I can't stop. Okay. And I've lied to myself over and over saying, yeah, I can stop, but there's that quote, but, right? And it didn't matter what it was, whether if it was THC, alcohol, amphetamine, nicotine, any other drug that would boost whatever it is that I was looking for. Even CBD, I found that I started getting addicted to the CBD content, right? And, you know, to me, I realized that my entire life, I have been searching for a continuous feeding of myself in self desirable stuff, right? Once I discovered the world of recovery, that gave me more and more and more and more and more of exactly what I've been needing my entire life. That has caused me to feel so much more peace, love, joy, and freedom. All right, freedom from all substances. Okay, all substances. Okay, and for me as an addict, when I first started, I thought that was literally impossible. To not have anything in my system at all. To not have any. You know, like yeah, I could put away the THC, or yeah, I guess I could somehow put away the alcohol. I could put away the nicotine, but not having at least something in my body to remedy whatever it is, I thought it was impossible. Even even adult content, right? Deep dives into the internet. That, even abstinence from that. You know, I literally thought that that was impossible. But what I realized was I was feeding this world of addiction that I lived and breathed ever since I was 7 years old. You know, my first drug, right, was self pleasuring, right, and I didn't realize that that's what it was my entire life, self pleasuring to any degree, right? And once I realized that I liked it, whatever it was, whether it be, the pornography, whether it be the drugs, whether it would be eating food, excessive food, right, just nonstop, whatever it was, I liked it and I wanted it because it made me feel better, right? Once I realized that life is actually possible without any of that stuff, and I now can rely on recovery to get me through a day with incredible amounts of wisdom and love and persistence for good things in my life. It all came down to one word: honesty. It came down to one word: honesty. Am I willing to be rigorously honest with myself about my use? Why am I using, and what is it about me, right? And what I realized was, am I honest enough to admit that I am living a world of selfish desires, right? And self seeking was the root of all my problems, right? Once I finally got rid of the self seeking motives, right, to any degree or any sense, and I replaced that with honesty, that is when the healing began. And I no longer needed any substance to get me through another day. Abstinence from all substances is possible, not having to replace or substitute in any degree. But what I do substitute it with is far more powerful and loving, which is a beautiful presence of recovery, a beautiful, loving presence of recovery that aids my ability to cope in a healthy way with stressors and annoyances and anything else, right, that I have a hard time dealing with. Having the ability to step outside of myself and be completely honest with myself in the situation and know what was my part in that whole situation and what could I have done better. And of course, what was their part? Sure, they might have done that. And I now can see how other people behave, but I have a sense of understanding and forgiveness because I know, right, that I was there at one point in life where I was wallowing in my constant sense and life of, perpetual misery. And I liked it because I didn't know. I didn't know any other way. I didn't know I was really that miserable until I started the root of the recovery and allowing it to grow to what it is today. It gets better and better and better and better all throughout recovery. It just continues to blow my mind. There's something from recovery I learn every single day. It doesn't end. Versus active addiction, where it puts me in a state of constant stuck, constant not feeling good about me, constant things aren't going well in my life, constant I don't know what to do about this situation, constant anger, constant resentment, right? Or constant numbness, whatever it is, right? And what I found was the root of all my troubles was dishonesty with myself. And it's not your fault, right? It's not my fault. We have seemed been born that way, right? And we can forgive ourselves for that, right? Especially as addicts, right? We have this disability, right, of honesty. And it's been that way for our entire lives. And once recovery has taught me how to be rigorously honest with myself, I then started to see things for how they really are. I put on the glasses of recovery, which caused me to actually be able to tighten the vision and clarity and sharpness of what reality truly is and how beautiful reality actually is versus what I was running away from. So, I now live in a world where recovery is the first thing I tend to every single day. You are either in active addiction or you're in active recovery. There is no in between. I call that, a lot of people in recovery call that half measuring. If half measuring is a go-to, I will find that I will then fall right back into addictive behaviors and eventually go back into, eventually go right back into active addiction to any substance. So I've learned to be patient and honest and kind and understanding with myself throughout the process of recovery, because it's progress, not perfection. And I hope this video helps you to understand that there is a way out without having to use any substances throughout the day.